creation of that movie. Number one, something I forgot to say about Rio Ikebe, the lead actor. When I told you that he was in disgrace and that he had frozen on stage and never wanted to act again, I was not really making that up, because when Shinoda went to him and said he wanted to cast him in this film, he said, you know, I'm done. I can't do dialogue. I mean, if you give me dialogue, I will blow it, and I will embarrass you, and I'll waste money. He was just done. And Shinoda said, I don't need you to talk, man. I just need you to walk. I just need you to walk and smoke. You know, that's about it. You know, because he said you have the sexiest walk I've ever seen on the man. And I'm sure there are people in the audience who will agree with that, right? I don't know how many dudes can swivel their hips like Rio and Kevin when he walks down the street. I mean, that was pretty great. And the other thing that was so fantastic, the sound design in that movie, it's so minimalist, but it is so perfect that every single sound is intentional or recorded or re-recorded, or the Foley work, as they say, in that movie is spectacular. But the one thing that was escaping them that they couldn't get was the sound in the gambling den when they're playing with the tiles. When all the guys are shuffling the tiles in their hands, they just couldn't get that. No matter how much they amplified the sound of those actual tiles, it wasn't what Shinoda wanted. So the sound they eventually used for that, tap dancing on a concrete floor. They got two guys to come in and tap dance on the concrete at the studio, and they recorded it, and that's the sound of the tiles being shuffled in there. So I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Okay, so the other thing that unites the two movies we're showing tonight is that they're both based on stories by the same man, Shintaro Ishihara. This is kind of fascinating because he would eventually become, in 2010, I think, if not a little earlier, the governor of Tokyo. Right? Tokyo has a governor, not a mayor. They have a governor. And he's a crazed right-winger, as so many people are these days. And we were talking about this outside. I don't know what happens to these people, but like Alain Delon, sorry to disappoint you, but he's like a berserk right-winger now. But Ishihara was an amazing character. He's like a contemporary of Yukio Mishima, if you know him, Japan's most famous writer during that period. And the young man who plays the lead in this film, Yujiro Ishihara, is his brother. So the family had a thing going on. And Yujiro Ishihara and Kei Kitahara, his co-star in this film, were extremely popular at Nikatsu Studio. They were like the James Dean and Natalie Wood of Japan in the late 50s. And Nikatsu became known for making what are basically juvenile delinquent movies about the youth problem, right? It was just like in this country. It was completely parallel to those films when they were being made in America. The same thing was happening in Japan. And a lot of these kind of cross-pollinated, so you had juvenile delinquent movies that were also kind of Yakuza movies, where the kids were, are they going to become racket guys or not, you know? And this was a big thing. And so the movie that you're about to see, Rusty Knife, stars both of those people, Yujiro Ishihara and Kei Kitahara. And it's very, very similar to an American expose movie of the 1950s. Things like the Phoenix City Story and you know, the Turning Point and the Houston Story and all. It's the city is being lost to the gangsters, and how can we get it back? Of all the films that we've shown today, this is the film that most resembles an American film of the period. And Yujiro Ishihara and Kei Kitahara were in a film before this that I highly recommend called I Am Waiting. If you can find that film somewhere, it's a wonderful, superbly romantic noir film that, again, I highly recommend. So this is it for Japan tonight. Thank you for hanging in all day. I hope you enjoy Rusty Knife, and I really hope you come back and see a lot of the other things that we have in the festival later this week. There's some very, very special items. The Fifth Horseman is here from Czechoslovakia. That we got this 35mm print from the Czech archive is kind of a big deal. you like Pale Flower and how innovative that was and how intricate the soundtrack was, you'll get much the same from Prague in that film. And also The Housemaid that we're showing later in the week from South Korea. If you like Parasite, you're going to love The Housemaid, because this is really the film that sort of inspired Bong Joon-ho's movie. It is like nothing you've seen before. And then we're ending with a couple of German films. The Robert Siadmak film, The Devil Strikes at Night, is absolutely extraordinary. It was nominated for an Oscar in 1958 for Best Foreign Film. And Siadmak is, in my estimation, the greatest director of film noir. And so finally, after all these years, we've been able to get that 35mm print from the Goethe Institute in Germany. And we're showing you a film called Black Gravel that is a recent rediscovery that will be coming out this year on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber, but Kino has not even announced that yet. And when I found this out, they very kindly made this DCP that we are showing. It's the only one in existence, and they made it for this festival. So it's quite a treat. That is as bleak as it gets. So we're going to close with that and bring the curtain. The black curtain will drop with that film. And I know you people will love that. Enjoy Rusty Knife. We'll see you back here, because tomorrow's a holiday, I hear, and we're doing 4 more films. Okay, hold on. I'm not done. I apologize. I'm not done. Of course, Darl, thank you very much. We had a donation drive today, and there are winners of these things. In fact, we're so generous because you've been here all day long. There are going to be 2 winners. So if you are Corey Rice, seems like Corey Rice might have gone home early today, or if you are Dale Pratt, you are winners of these gifts. And you get them after the show. You just get them after the show. They'll be there. I promise I won't leave with them. So now, enjoy Rusty Knife.